Hey guys, it's Kim, Angel Dream Crafts, and I'm here with a project share this morning. I hope you're having a lovely Saturday morning wherever you are. And this little project share, I just kind of put it together yesterday. I don't know what I was thinking when I started, but I just ended up here. So this is what I got. This is a bag, and then inside of this bag is a snippet roll that I did. And I really haven't made a lot of snippet rolls. I think I did one once. But I just kind of felt like doing it. I had this cool spool, which I will show you when I open the bag, but I made a bag for it too. So let's talk about that first. This was made out of a doily from my stash, a vintage doily. And all I did was fold it in three, bottom up, and then you flip the top down and you have a bag. You just sew up the two sides here and you've got a bag. I used a lot of my antique trims on here. I just thought this project lended itself to use these types of things, so that's what I did. And I've also used pieces of embroidery that I cut from a tablecloth, which was a thrift store find, and just some positive script words. This says "Be Yourself" on the front, and doilies. This is the fabric that I used for the base of the snippet roll, so I wanted to make a little bow just to tie the bag and the snippet roll together. So that is what I did. And then this was a flower from KS for You that I used here. This lovely pearl button was from my swap with Jane Marge Hall. Hi Jane Marge. And some doilies. Yeah, so that's basically your piece of the embroidery from the tablecloth, because I wanted it to flow sort of into the snippet roll as well and pick up on some of the blue tones as well that I used. And then I've layered up some doilies here and a little ribbon flower from KS for You that I used right there. And then inside is my snippet roll. So let me get that out and show you. I'll take this out actually first, and then you can see the bag here. And I also used a piece of antique trim here as well, just sewed it along the top here, and then I put the doilies on top. So that's the bag. I love how the bag came out. It's so vintage looking. I just love it. And I love the little touches of the pinks and blues, so, and the greens. So that's the bag. And then here is my snippet roll. And I will show it to you, the spool, in a second. I actually put this little closure on it here. And this is a piece of lace from KS for You that I actually dyed. It was a little snippet piece I had left, and I used the Bahama Blue Dylon dye for this color. And then I just put a little vintage doily there, sewed on a little button, and then this lovely sort of pinky mauve doily here is from my friend Karen Billinger, who sent that to me a while ago, and I used that for the beginning of the snippet roll. So I'm going to show you the back first, so let me undo it. And there's the back. So what I did on the back was, and you can see all my different colors of sewing, and yeah, there's a few little strings, but that's okay. I used square vintage doilies, and then I put the round ones on top, so just to make the back look really pretty when you opened it up. And this actually can hang on a wall, and the way I layered the pieces on the other side, you can actually hang this. I'm gonna probably put a little tie at the top here, so whoever ends up with this can hang it up if they like, because it's not a big wide snippet roll. It's not super dimensional, but it has a lot of detail on it. So let me flip it over and show you. First of all, let me talk about this actually. This is the spool I had in my stash. I didn't paint it. I didn't do anything to it. I loved the wood color. And then I used some beads that my lovely friend Miss Maggie White sent me for my birthday. Thank you, Maggie. And I strung them through with some really heavy lace. Okay, that was my computer. I don't know what that was. I don't have anything open. Anyway, we'll check that. So I strung it through with some really strong thread on either end, and I put a little doily on either side, and I've added some vintage seam binding, and this beautiful eyelash trim came from the lovely Olivia the other day. So hi Olivia. So I used that. So that's on either side. So now here is the front, and I've sewn pretty much everything on. Yeah, pretty much everything is sewn. So I used like a mauve plummy colored thread because you can see in the background the flowers were that color, and I really wanted to pick up on those tones in the background, so that's the color of thread I used. I just thought it would be cool to really be able to see the different stitches and things. So this is another piece of that tablecloth that I cut the embroidery out of, and then I made a little heart, sewed all around that. Beautiful image of the lovely Lily Elsie there. Doilies, I used the word journey and love. I sewed on some buttons here. More embroidery pieces from that tablecloth here and here. Some little beads from my stash. This Paris piece here is from Recollections, and I've had it in my stash forever, so this was a good place to use it because it was nice and flat. These little burgundy plum type colored roses here are from a piece of material that I got from Donna Little. And then this blue trim here on the edge is from that same snippet piece that I used to do the button on the back. So I just sewed that up there, and all along the edge here I've sewn on some vintage tatting just to really make it look very vintage and old and shabby. And then coming up I've got another little sort of a resin flat back piece there, doily, another little heart, a Paris piece that I printed off there, some leaves that were embroidered from that tablecloth. Let's see what else is here. I've got a piece of lace here with 3 little blue flower beads, another little flower bead here, the word dream, these beautiful flowers which picked up on all the colors in the lace in the background here. So I put that on there because I just loved it. More of that blue lace. I sewed that on. More of that fabric from Donna Little. Little phrase that says just be, and a little pink bead. This butterfly I've had forever. I have a set of those in my stash, and I hand sewed the whole thing on and sewed a button on it. And then I put a piece of lace and then this blue ribbon flower there, and then at the top here you can see I've added a piece of blue lace, a doily, and more of that fabric from Donna Little. So that is what I did on the front, and I will just kind of move it along here so you can see it. There it is. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. It's not two-dimensional. It was fun to sew all these pieces on here and just like not even worry about it, you know, because in my head I just wanted it to be very shabby looking. So, you know, the more threads you have and the more wonky the stitching, the better it turns out, I think. So that is what my snippet roll looks like, and it of course rolls back up nicely. So I'm just gonna roll it up from the end here. So you just roll it, and you know, like I said before, I'm gonna add a little hanger here so the person can hang it, because it all goes this way so they can hang it on their wall, and it's not going to take up a lot of room on the wall either. So you just roll it like this, and then you do the button up. It meets back here, and then the button does up, and there it is. And then it goes inside my bag And that's it. That is my project share for today. So I hope you found some inspiration here today, and I hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. Like I said, this I think is only my second snippet roll, but I did have a lot of fun doing it. So, you know, be yourself and have fun when you're crafting. So that's the main thing. I will talk to you guys soon, and I'll be back with another video shortly. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.